Assalamualaikum. Today I am discussing about the S4 Hana and its differences with E.C.C system, previously a version of SAP. Um, Today, many IT and business people are curious about the innovation facilitation in S4 Hana and speculating about the new features and business roles as in of S4 Hana implementation. In this article or presentation, I'm trying to acme the main difference between the SAP S4 HANA and E.C.C. First of all, single data source. In S4 HANA, numerous module components such as FI, AA, CO, and PA and ML are combined by S4 HANA into a sufficient best fit single line table AC Doka. It means that SAP combine all the main component related to FI and CO and ML. It's into a single line database table called AC Doka, also known as a universal journal. Numerous combination index tables are also eliminated. Now data prefers to be added to one table rather than many tables, substantially reducing the data footprint. Similarly, in the side and other modules, SAP introduces MadDoc. It's like a brand new line item data for stock control and get rid of more than 26 tables. It means that SAP reduces and eliminate 26 data tables and replace and place a new line table called MadDoc. Material files may be saved in MadDoc, however, no longer in MKPF or MSEC tables. Secondly, SAP combines UNFI, and so the cost element are assigned to FIGL in ECC. In legacy ECC, user have to assign the cost element to the GL account. But in S4 HANA, the GL account and cost element are stored in the same field of the universal table. As GL account, cost element, both primary and secondary are now generated and kept in FS00 with the appropriate cost element category. There is no requirement for reconciliation at this time, unlike with your 2FI. Additionally, period closing will be quicker. So now in S4 HANA, no requirement is needed for reconciliation at this time because both things and cost element and GL code are lying into the same umbrella, into the same table, universal table. In the additional quality in S4 HANA, we can say that we can say that HANA SAP introduces HANA database. The main reason, the main backbone of S4 HANA is its database because ECC can be deployed on Oracle, IBM DB2, and other databases, whereas S4 HANA S4 HANA runs exclusively on the HANA database, underlying the layered principle on the in-memory capabilities of HANA, which form the foundation of S4 design. In-memory databases like HANA read data much more quickly compared to conventional databases since information is analyzed directly from memory. That is, data are continually present in main RAM. It's mean to say that all the relevant data and the complete information about data is present on the random access memory. So the read time to the hard disk and the fetching time of fetching the data from the hard disk is eliminated. HANA cloud-based table offer quicker access. The most effective columns want to be studied in a query. It's mean and the most effective column only have to studied in the query. Uh, Higher compression because of few wonderful values as compared to rows. Parallel processing, one of a kind column maybe without problems processed parallelly. It's meant to say many columns we can process uh, parallelly. In addition, real-time reporting and predictive analytic capabilities with OLTP and OLAP capabilities in the same system, because all the all the things are updated lively. So the analytic reporting and the predictive reporting is much more easier in S4 HANA with OLTP and OLAP capabilities. OLTP. If we talk about OLTP, or online transaction processes, allows numerous users to execute numerous database transaction in real time, usually over the internet. A database transaction is an operation that modifies, adds, removes, or queries data stored in the database. Large company databases are organized using the OLAP, online analytic processing technology, which also facilitates complicated analysis. Complex analytic queries can be run on it without having an adverse effect on transaction system. It's meant to say that we can also not only we can do or users can do transactional processing um, very easily and on real time, but also we can users can do or online analytic processing can also be very easy, and HANA facilitate analysis very keenly. So the main focus of HANA is also on analytics. It is also the best feature of S4 HANA. The S4 HANA that it facilitate OLAP analytical queries very quickly, and it impacts a huge it creates a huge impact on the performance of the analytical queries and dashboards and analytical reports. The aggregate total and the record tables as for HANA might not exist. Aggregates are generated dynamically on the basis of the line item table immediately. It's meant to say that all the aggregate function like sum, average, and so dynamically generated on the basis of line item table immediately. If we talk about other qualities or other differences as for HANA E.C.C, we should must view new GL or Paraledger. As for HANA is technically very similar to the new GL of E.C.C due to its data structure. Customer using classical general ledger GL do not require a document split or Paraledger. However, Paraledger, the new GL functionality, is a prerequisite for new asset accounting. Mean to say, if mean to say that S4HANA introduces new asset accounting. For this, a paraledger is created in S4HANA. Custom, if you talk about custom development, by using particular option of the database interface, any visible to source code, read operation in custom code will be redirected to compatibility views such as VCOEP for CO line item table, COEP, so that the custom reports can continue to function without interruption. Me to say that um, if we build a custom report in ECC and it uses and that uses our table COEP, S4 Hana created a compatibility views and compared with the it started with the V. So that is it's also create impacts on the report's performance, and there will be no requirement to change our custom development. COPA. The costing based COPA solution is now an alternative to the default account based COPA. One can use both choices at once. Business partner. SAP introduces a new way to view our business partners. Our it created its treat all the vendor and customer as a business partner and integrate all the information of vendor and customer into one single umbrella called business partner, and it exists and it updated the information via transaction code BP. It's mean that if a customer if a customer is also a vendor of any company, the company should only have to manage its core data and use it, extend it to the to its vendor or extend it to its customer role. Its impact, it's created a good impact or lively impact to the integration of customers and vendors, which is a necessary step for any good any future edition. Mm, or as it's also helps the SCM apps to gather information about a particular vendor or customer. S4 HANA increases the length of the material number in the material master, so that the material number can be changed or can be organized in a better way. It increases the length of a material number from 18 characters to 40 characters. Credit management. Credit management FSCM has taken the place of FIARCR to the ECC's financial supply chain management. The distributed architecture of SSCM makes connection with outside credit rating agencies possible. A significant amount of manual work was required in ECC for typical FICR credit management framework. However, the SAP S4 FSM cutting edge CR's capabilities include workflow addition for all credit events, etc., automatic risk sourcing, and credit limited calculation using the credit rule engine. On acceptance of a credit limit, etc., master data is automatically updated. It's mean that S4 HANA introduces a new era or new option for credit management, which links to the international credit rating agencies and create a standard way of maintaining data which required by the international credit agencies. So one can easily manage any um, any credit scoring or automatically risk scoring and credit limit calculation automatically for this type of requirement. SAP ATP available to promise. A crucial computation called SAP ATP available to promise is employed in manufacturing, fulfillment, and supply chain management. Mm, it's also very pertinent to SAP e-commerce. You know, it's this is a digital era, and SAP e-commerce is also and e-commerce is also a very crucial part of our society. Every company is doing business on e-commerce, so SAP created this option SAP ATP available promise in S4 Hana so that any company can do e-commerce easily. For example, if a material is not accessible at sales order plant A, location substitution enable testing the material availability at plant B as determined by master data and business rule. If a material is present at plant B, an automatic stock transfer order from plant B to A is generated. This principle is equally applicable to our network plants. Additionally, SAP intends to incorporate GATP global availability promise capability from APO into S4 HANA core. I'm unsure if S4 core will be incorporated all the GATP's function. Some of this is distinctive feature of GATP with respect to ATP in E.C.C include rule-based ATP for substitution of local plant or material, multi-level ATP check, advanced check of for product allocation using ATP advanced BOP, back order processing etc. It's mean to say that that global ATP is also enhanced, and S4 HANA uses it very keenly. There is also change in SD in some backend tables, like SD in SD pricing table. There is a replacement of KNV with the PRCD element, material resource planning. It's also um, MRP is executed through batch jobs during off-peak hours. However, as for HANA, in E.C.C, there is a need of batch job for MRP running. But as for HANA does not require batch job. MRP is now able to execute in real time using HANA. Storing location MRP cannot be done. Only plant and MRP area level uh, can be can be done. The store location can be designed individually or executed from MRP in E.C.C. For those cases at a storage site level, SAP advises using MRP area with MRP type, mm, and in the event of exclusion or VB for reorder point planning. Subcontracting MRP has also been made simpler. From version 1610 on-prem is the production planning component of SAP APO, PPDS, now is connected with the SAP S4 HANA. Advanced Planner and Optimizer or SAP APO. A technology for supply chain management called SAP APO assists business in managing their supply chains. Future releases of S4 HANA are expected to include the functionality of APOs, PPDS, production planning, and detailed scheduling, which align APO feature like BOM selection through production version for internal purchase order and unified source of supply. No source list, only info record. For example, for external purchases with S4 HANA Core, it means that as for HANA, in future release of S4 HANA, there will be possibility for the users to make their BOM from themselves, and in response of this production will be generated automatically, and the other process of life cycle of the production will be automatically aligned. Foreign trade, foreign trade functionality, S4 Hana replace GTS with automatic embargo check, manual in E.C.C, automatic and simplified license check, manual and complex in SAC, automatic import export declaration etc. Material ledger is also a good part which is activated in the S4 HANA. For this, inventory is accessed by material ledger using different currencies. In SAP ERP, inventory is often primarily accessed using a single currency. In E.C.C, inventory was accessed via single currencies, but with the introduction of material ledger, multiple currencies can be maintained. For instance, if a company or function that deal with oil must keep its record in PKR and would prefer to evaluate its inventory in USD as oil is traded on the global market in USD. Hence, multiple currencies, extra currencies is permitted by material ledger. Revenue recognition due to a new accounting based standard developed jointly by Financial Accounting Standard Board FASB International Accounting Standard Board. SAP Revenue Accounting and Reporting will replace E.C.C. revenue recognition. I is mean that E.C.C. IASB will be replaced by FASB. Rebate settlement management via condition contract has taken the place of customer rebate through the current SG rebate procedure. Some detail on condition contracts are in the URL provided. Output management. The output management is also replaced. It's called Business Rule Framework Plus BRF Plus has taken place the E.C.C message determination through table NAST, and the target architecture is purely based on the Adobe Document Server and Adobe Forms. Warehouse management is also a very enhanced and very advanced feature of S4HANA. The new SAP Warehouse Management application EWM will replace the previous WM module. Native integration, that is integration that is incorporated in S4HANA site code deployment. There are many benefits of EWM over MW, including enhanced, easily customizable RF functionality, value-added services like kitting, improved wave and restocking procedure, labor management, and complicated warehouse processing through process-oriented storage control. Native integration of SCM application. The digital core of S4HANA will be natively integrated with other SCM programs such as TM or other things. User interface. SAP introduces new user interface, a part of old GI interface. SAP introduces new interface. It's called GI. It's called Fiori. And the best view is also very good looking and very energetic interface. It's facilitate many users and just like their taste and just like their view and just like their quality to view the data. Activate implementation methodology. At last, SAP introduced Activate Implementation Methodology. Blueprinting is not accepted. Blueprinting is not a concept used in S4 HANA implementation. S4 HANA has unveiled a new methodology called Activate. The SAP Activate methodology is a flexible and agile framework that supports project team with the specific actions that must be taken at each phase. For particular business process, SAP provide pre-built demo system with SAP best practices. Business process can now try the system in a demo environment to see if it satisfies their need. Mean SAP provide a whole demo environment to implement any um, to for the implementation of S4 HANA, so that the customer can see their changes, can see their requirement on a separate environment, and satisfied with the business rules and business needs. At last, I must summarize that all the above information are based on several sources like SAP documents, Open SAP source, SN blocks, and hence subject to change. Also, the features stated above that are target functionalities may not be available in present edition of S4 HANA, like tables of material ledger have not yet been merged to AC Doka in 1511. Hopefully, you like all these differences and all these functionalities and all these features. You like all the features of S4 HANA that SAP introduced. Uh, let's see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.